last week, even though it was on, there was a tiny glitch in that it was streaming to the wrong service. YouTube changed the way they do the streaming, and so unless you jumped in on the Simchat Torah service, you weren't going to find us at all. So some people found it, but not everybody found it. I think if you want to watch last week's service, which was a very powerful service, the Veterans Service, then you can watch that again. You'll be able to find it. But anyway, I'm sorry about all those glitches. We're always tackling something. We have a few things we have to deal with today. One of them is that we have a new month starting, a new Jewish month starting this week, which should make some people really happy and some people a teeny bit stressed. So I'm going to give you the hint. The hint is that the new moon, the new month, starts on Thursday and Friday. There will be a quiz later. It'll start on Thursday and Friday. And what is the name of the month? Kislev. And Kislev, Thanksgiving. The month of Thanksgiving, is that what we're saying? The Thursday and Friday, that's true. It's kind of Thanksgiving and the day after. Football game, the month of football game, I don't know, something like that. But Thursday and Friday starts the month of Kislev, which, I love the name because it sounds like kiss, and lev in Hebrew means heart. But something important happens on the 25th day of the month of Kislev. It's Hanukkah, yeah. For a second, I thought you said, it started with a ch. I thought it was Charlie Brown. You said Chanukah. We have a man in town who contacted me about writing a column. He's the wine expert who was writing a column about what wines you serve at Hanukkah. And I didn't have to say, he got to the bottom part, and I was like, I have no clue what you're going to be saying. There were whites, except that, did you ever have fritters intentionally for Hanukkah? I don't remember that. But he also said that Hanukkah meanders like Easter does. And I'm like, please don't say that. It doesn't meander. It's always on the 25th day of the month of Kislev. It may be that it doesn't always coincide with the secular calendar, but that doesn't mean it's meandering. I don't know if anybody's happy to hear that Easter meanders either. I have no idea, but I can only speak for Hanukkah, and don't say that about my holiday. So try not to use, I don't know what he's going to say, and I don't know if it's come out yet, but he was very kind about the input that I gave him. That was kind of nice. So, and then he said, wines, I don't know. There were white, because if you have latkes and you have it with dairy, then you can't have meat. And I said, I don't think you should say that in Shreveport. I don't think that that's a good thing because, the non-Jews are going to be kind of clueless, and most of the Jews in Shreveport are going to be clueless too, to say you can't do that. It's not that you can't, it's that there's tradition. And I promise you, your article about wines can't be long enough to explain enough about what that would mean. So I found a couple of articles for him that do make suggestions about wines that are good around Hanukkah time, and none of them were Manischewitz. So I think if he listened to me, I think he'll be proud of the advice that the rabbi gave about wine. I tried to involve the new rabbis in town, thinking maybe they're wine drinkers and they want to jump in on this one instead of me having to deal with the guy who wants to say that Hanukkah meanders. Let them jump into the Shreveport local community, and they said, no, we're not wine drinkers. And I'm like, okay, I got this. But anyway, watch for the meandering article. Who knows what's going to happen with that? Yeah, well, but I was very appreciative. I told him that someone is writing about, I don't remember, I said, ever seeing an article about the wines you would serve for Hanukkah, and as long as I've lived in Shreveport, which mostly probably means I never even looked, and I was reading the paper all the time. I never looked at the wine column, but I don't remember. And I said, thank you. I said, thank you for doing it. But you needed a, Pinot Grigio because you're serving, the brisket goes with the red wines. And I'm like, I don't think that's Hanukkah. That's not, I don't get why you're right. Passover? Oh yeah, wines. We're all over the wines. But Hanukkah? Tequila. Yeah, tequila for Hanukkah? Shlivovitz is always a good l'chaim. That's what I was taught. But But anyway, just watch for it. And even in Shreveport, we do things like that. So was this a good week for you? That's why I'm so glad that you're here, because every week is a good week. If we're still here to talk about it, even when difficult things happen, especially when we're together, it's a good week. And we made it to Shabbat again, and we're grateful for that. I can tell you that last Friday night, I didn't know that by Saturday night, 2 of my closest friends lost their parents last Saturday. And so you never know, but I'm glad we're here together, and I'm glad we're here for each other, because these things are all a lot better to have to share, to be together for. So with that, I need to take a deep breath, and I love you to take breaths too, because breathing is good. Take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. We've learned the lesson about keeping your shoulders relaxed. Try again. Let it out slowly. Think about what this week was like and what you anticipate for this coming week, and be thankful we've got a day to rest in between. Try to take advantage of that rest part. You'll be glad you did. We are going to invite Dorothy and Bernard Lobel up to help us. We're going to do service 2 today, and that means we are starting on page 65, and I would like to invite you to rise. Oh, wait, hold on. I don't think anybody's going to hear you if we don't turn this on. There you go. Thank you.
As these candles give light to all who behold them, so may we give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be amongst those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe. You hallow us with your mitzvot and command us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
Amen.
Let there be joy.
Let there be light.
Let there be peace.
Let there be Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. We are going to turn to page 165. The transliteration is on 165 and 166, and the translation is on 166.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'rotzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava u'rotzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom tehila l'mikrah kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta v'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshcha b'ahava u'ratzon hinchaltanu baruch atah Adonai mikadesh ha'shabbat.
Amen. L'chaim. Please say Shabbat Shalom to someone you came in with, someone you didn't come in with. Make sure everybody gets at least 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 Shabbat Shaloms. Shabbat Shalom to you back there. Shabbat Shalom to you. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom to you. We're doing 2 and 4. Oh, good question. We could do number 2 and number 4, and we'll do that. I want to tell you something cool that happened this week. I'm allowed to talk a little bit before the service officially starts, which means once we get to the Reader's Kaddish and the Baruch Hu, my Hebrew class this week, and I had to miss Hebrew classes for 2 weeks. The Hebrew class this week, the kids have been learning, the students have been learning the prayers for food. So if you're having fruit of the tree, then the blessing is Borei Pri Ha'etz. And if you're having fruit of the vine, it's Borei Pri Hagafen. That's what made me think of this. And so we read through the prayers for the food, and then I have these flashcards where it's syllable by syllable. I took all of the syllables for all of the food blessings, and I just scrambled them, and then they'd have to look at like meh and ni and bo and whatever. And so they were doing it. I mean, and I was very proud of them for this. And then I decided to challenge them and say, so what word of all of those prayers, and there's like 7 prayers in this. They're not very long prayers, but they're 7 prayers. What word did bo come from? And they knew. I didn't think they were, I mean, I was kind of being funny, thinking that how are they going to know this? And they knew, and they got it. And there were maybe 4 that I had to give them a hint on. And it was the coolest thing. I was so proud of the kids for that. It was kind of fun. And then I gave them new flashcards, different flashcards, where they had, each student got a different food blessing. So let's say it was Borei Pri Ha'etz. They would get the Borei Pri Ha'etz or Hamotzi Lechem En Haaretz. So it would start with Baruch Atah Adonai, the first 6 words, and then the last, and they've got them all in an envelope. They had to scramble them for the other person and then swap again, and then they had to see how fast they could put it together. And they did it. I was just so proud of these kids. So I just have to tell you, we have wonderful students, and I love them so much. It was just so much fun. And the things that they're capable of are just wonderful. We are going to welcome the Sabbath bride on page 66, and we are going to do it by singing the chorus, which is the Lecha Dodi. We're going to sing verse 1, which is Shamor V'Zachor, and we're going to sing the last verse, and that's what we're going to do. Chorus, first verse, which is Shamor V'Zachor, and then the last verse with Adam. Welcome back. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. 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 Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmianu el hameyuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shemo tiferet l'tila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. And if you look carefully, you'll see her come in. Boi v'shalom ateret ba'ala, Gam b'simcha u'v'tzola. Toch emunei am segula, Boi chala, Boi chala. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Anybody who grew up in a world where you might have learned some Yiddish, you know which word out of all of those in that first verse means bride? How do you say bride in Yiddish? Yeah, it's true. Maybe. How do you say bride? Kala. Kala is the bride. Did you know that? Kala. And the groom is the chatan. Chatan. In Yiddish, you might say kala and chasen, but the kala is the bride. Those are just good things. You know, I love the word parts. So just so that you know, kala and chatan, it would be a groom. But according to some traditions, We are the groom, and Shabbat is the bride, or God is the groom, and it's confusing. The mystical things are confusing and awesome. We continue at the bottom of page 67. We have come together to strengthen our bonds with our people Israel. Like Jews of generations past, we celebrate the grandeur of creation. Like Jews of every age, we echo our people's ancient call for justice.
Our celebration is a sharing of memory and hope.
We are Jews, but each of us is unique. We stand apart and alone, with differing feelings and insights, and yet we're not entirely alone and separate, for we are children of one people and one heritage.
Our celebration unites many separate selves into a single chorus.
And we are one in search of life's meaning. All of us know despair and exaltation. All bear burdens. All have moments of weakness and times of strength. All sing songs of sorrow and love.
May our celebration bring us strength along our way.
In this circle of hope, in the presence of the sacred, may the heart come to know itself and its best, finding a fresh impulse to love the good.
May our celebration lead us to work for the good, and may this Shabbat give strength to us and to our people Israel.
And how awesome it is for us to be here together. Are we on? Yes. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Would you read with me at the bottom of page 68, please? Many are the generations of Israel, and in every age we have sought the living God through Sabbath rest and worship. This time and place hold the power to increase our joy in the eternal. O God, even as we seek you in the sanctuary, help us to know that your glory fills all space. Make us understand that you are with us at all times, if we but open our minds to you. We feel the presence of your Spirit in our homes and on our ways. We see the beauty of your creation in mountain, sea, and sky, and in the human form. We hear you in the silence of our own hearts, speaking the truths the heart knows. May we be your witness to the world, your messenger to all the earth. May we show forth your image within us, the divine spark that makes us human. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב ומרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה, יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה, v'meru, amen. Baruchu et Adonai hamevorach.
Baruch Adonai, Hamevorach le'olam va'ed.
As day departs, as the dark of night descends, we lift our eyes to the heavens. In awe and wonder, our hearts cry out. How majestic is your name
in all the earth.
A vast universe, who can know it? What mind can fathom it? We look out to the endless suns and ask, what are we? What are our dreams and our hopes? What are we that you are mindful of us? What are we that you should care for us?
And yet within us abides a measure of your spirit. You are remote, but oh how near, ordering the stars in the vast solitudes of the dark, yet whispering in our minds that you are closer than the air we breathe. For you have made us little less than divine, and crowned us with glory and honor. With love and awe we turn to you, and in the dark of evening we seek the light of your presence.
One and only God, you have made each of us unique and formed us to be united in one family of life. Be with us, Eternal One, as we seek to unite our lives with your power and your love.
We proclaim now your oneness and our own hope of unity. We acclaim your creative power in the universe and in ourselves, the law that binds
And heart to heart.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Malchuto le'olam va'ed.
You may be seated. I need somebody to help me with the haftarah. You could use mine. Ready, go. And the English?
You shall love your eternal God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your being. Set these words which I command you this day upon your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand. Let them be symbols before your eyes. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. So shall you consecrate yourselves to your God. I am your eternal God, who led you out of Egypt to be your God. I am your eternal God.
Thank you, thank you. world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness, a world waiting still to be redeemed, give us, O source of good, the courage to say, there is one God in heaven and earth.
The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and your love.
From Egypt, the house of bondage, we were delivered. At Sinai, amid peals of thunder, we bound ourselves to your purpose. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, we survived oppression and exile, time and again overcoming the forces that would have destroyed us.
Our failings are many, our faults are great, yet it has been our glory to bear witness to our God and to keep alive in dark ages the vision of a world redeemed.
May this vision never fade. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we sing with one accord, as Moses, Miriam, and Israel sang at the shores of the sea. To that melody, but this is the most fun part. I love that. Thank you for doing that for us each week. Baruch atah Adonai, Gal Yisrael, we praise you, O God, Redeemer of Israel. I think you may want to join with me on this part too, at the bottom of 74. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Eternal God, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up to find our hearts waiting to do your will. We praise you, Guardian of Israel, whose love gives light to all the world. O God of Israel, may our worship on this day help us to grow in loyalty to our covenant with you and to the way of life it demands, the way of gentleness and justice, the path of truth and of peace. Vishameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. Vishameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz, vishameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, vishameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Please rise for the tefillah, which begins on page 76. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, v'Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. Your might, O God, is everlasting.
Help us to use our strength for good.
You are the source of life and blessing.
Help us to choose life for ourselves and our children.
You are the support of the falling.
Help us to lift up the fallen.
You are the author of freedom.
Help us to free the captive.
You are our hope in death as in life.
Help us to keep faith with those who sleep in the dust.
Your might, O God, is everlasting.
Help us to use our strength for good.
You are Kadosh, holy. Your name is Kadosh, holy, and those who strive to be Kadoshim, holy, declare your glory day by day. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. We praise you, Eternal One, the Holy God. You may be seated. Yismechu v'malechutecha, Shomere, Shomere, Shomere Shabbat, Koreh Oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, Shomere, Shomere, Shomere Shabbat, Koreh Oneg Shabbat. Mekadesh, Mekadesh Shvi Shabbat, Kulam יספעו ויתענגו מטובך שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי, שומרי, שומרי שבת, קורא עונג שבת. והשביעי רצית בו וקידשתו שבת. חמדת ימים אותו קראת שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי, שומרי, שומרי שבת, קורא עונג שבת. זכר למעשה, למעשה וראשית שבת. זכר למעשה, למעשה וראשית שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי, שומרי, שומרי שבת, קורא עונג שבת. God of Israel, may our worship on this Sabbath bring us near to all that is high and holy. May it bind the generations in bonds of love and sharing, and unite us with our people in common hope and faith. And through Sabbath rest and worship, may we learn to find fulfillment and joy in the vision of peace for all the world. You are with us in our prayer, in our love and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble and pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Eternal source of good, we give thanks for the numberless gifts and blessings that fill our days, for life itself and its endless variety, for all that sustains body and mind, for love and friendship, for the delights of the senses, and for the excellence of your Torah, which deepens our life and enriches our days. Teach us, God of wonders, to work for a just and compassionate society, where all may share your gifts in the joy of freedom.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Atahu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. V'tov le'enecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam.
We get a moment now to say the prayers that are in our hearts as we take a moment of silence.
May the words of my mouth
Imre fi v'hegyon libi
and the meditations of my heart
lefanecha
be acceptable to you.
lefanecha
Be acceptable to you.
Adonai tzuri
God, my rock,
tzuri v'goali
my rock and my redeemer.
Adonai tzuri
God, my rock
v'goali.
and redeemer.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you. At this point, we turn to page 162, and you get ready for the quiz that I promised you. We are about to say a prayer about a new month, and the new month is called Kislev, and the new month will begin on Thursday and Friday. So we say, Yehi Ratzon Milfanecha, O our God and God of our ancestors, may the new month bring us renewed good and blessing. May we have long life, peace, prosperity, and health, a life full of blessing, a life exalted by love of Torah and reverence for the divine, a life in which the longings of our hearts are fulfilled for good. Wondrous God, in ancient days you led our people from bondage to freedom. Redeem us now out of our exile from one another, making all Israel, making all the world one united people. Rosh Chodesh Kislev, Yeh B'yamei Chamishi V'Shishi. Your part. The new month of Kislev will begin on Thursday and Friday. God of holiness, let the new month bring for us and for whole house of Israel life and peace, happiness and joy, deliverance and comfort. And let us say, Amen. At this point, our hearts and our prayers turn to those who are ill or recuperating as we turn to the inside back cover of our prayer book. And I'm going to invite you to call out names for whom you would like to be praying for healing. For all these names, for the names we choose to hold in our hearts and not say out loud, we pray together. O God, in our hearts we name those who facing illness and pain. We join our prayers with the prayers of all who love them. Give them renewed comfort and courage. Strengthen in them the healing powers you have placed within us all. Guide the hands and hearts of those who have trusted with your care. May the knowledge of your love and ours give added hope to them and to their dear ones. May they find even greater strength because our prayers are linked to theirs. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei HaCholim. We praise you, eternal God, the source of healing and health. We add, Misheberach avotenu ve'imotenu, may the one who blessed and protected our ancestors. Guard all those whom we have entrusted with the responsibility of defending our freedom and protecting us in this country, in the land of Israel, and everywhere they've been called to serve. Give them courage to succeed and strength to persevere. May they return home safely. And let us say, Amen. When I was young and I celebrated Thanksgiving, when we were in school, like elementary school, the part that I remembered the best was that some kids got to be the pilgrims and some kids got to be the Indians. And we would sit down and we would have this glorious meal together and we'd be breaking bread together. And I loved that. I loved that we were celebrating as America the fact that people with different backgrounds, different faiths, different colors would come together. It reminded me of, in Jewish tradition, how we think that we are all created from one person to show that we all are the same, that we're one big family. And I loved that, and I loved growing up like that. I remember at some point learning that Thanksgiving was potentially based on the holiday of Sukkot, that it was the fall harvest, and that just like at Sukkot, where we all get into an outdoor booth, we call it the open house, and we celebrate together, and you invite strangers into your house. Some of them are ancestors like Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Sarah, Rebecca, Leah, and you invite them all into your house together, and I love that too. I love knowing that we're breaking bread with each other at this congregation. I love that at times like that, when we're thinking about each other, we do amazing food drives and we take care of each other, and I love that. I want to look forward and backward for a moment. I'm a little bit nervous about looking forward to Thanksgiving because, as some of you know, this is going to be a vegan turkey or something like that again. I'm a little nervous about that, and I have no clue what wine you're supposed to serve with vegan turkey. I have no idea about that. Not going to worry about that. I think it's kombucha or something. I don't know. It's something. Yes, we make our own SCOBY in our house. If that means something to you, how cool is that, right? But something that I want to look back for a moment about is that when I got older, I learned that when we shared that meal with the Native Americans, when I was learning in kindergarten about Pilgrims and Indians, there was no such thing as politically correct. That wasn't an expression that anybody had used yet, I don't think. And I know a lot about language. I didn't realize at the time that by the Native Americans, what we came to learn to call Native Americans, sitting down with the Pilgrims, many of the Native Americans did not have immune systems that could handle the kinds of illnesses that the Pilgrims brought with them. And many died because of the fact that we broke bread together that day, or the whole time we shared. That kind of broke my heart. And I am so glad that that's not what our life is like now, that now we move past that and we try to help each other. That's what I love about this country, is that we do that. We don't, we don't love when we're destroying other things. One of the things that hurt me this week was that I found out that this week was something that is called Transgender Remembrance Day. I don't know if you were aware of it, but I became aware of it this week. I didn't know about the holiday or the commemoration before this. And I was very distraught to know that this year alone, and you know how each week we honor the military who die, who run to protect us, and I'm glad that we do that. But I don't know if you realize that this year, just this year alone, 22 people have been killed just because they were transgender. And that's happening in our country too. And the part that I love about America is that we don't let that happen. That we, as a country, love knowing that everyone is created equal. And that we do things to try to make the world a better place. And we do things to try to make this a kind of place where everyone is treated equally. I love that about this congregation. And I love that about this country. And so when we're celebrating Thanksgiving this coming week, whether it's your vegan turkey with your kombucha or your turduck and whatever I've heard them where there's more and more and more in there, with your Tonys on top or whatever. I want you to remember how proud you can be to be American, because we stand up for things and we don't let these things become who we are. We find ways of making this a better world for everybody. Have a blessed, wonderful Thanksgiving. Mr. President, come on up. We're glad to see you back. I got stuff. Thanks.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Dorothy and Bernard. The office.
Oh, we're close.
Nice.
We're close.
We had a board meeting Tuesday, and after the board meeting, we toured the office. It really does. It's going to
Maybe
be
we can peek
lovely.
tonight if anybody wants to peek.
Office for them. In the meantime, they are still sharing space with Federation, and this coming week, the office will only be open Monday through Wednesday with normal office hours. We'll be closed Thursday and Friday for Thanksgiving. Of course, Shabbat services next Friday and Saturday, and Torah study will be at the normal times. People of Book Club would like to discuss the movie Jojo Rabbit, which is being shown at Robinson Film Center. The movie is about Jojo, who is a lonely German boy who discovers his single mother is hiding a Jewish girl in the attic, aided only by his imaginary friend, Adolf Hitler. Jojo must confront his blind nationalism as World War II continues to rage on. If you would like to discuss the movie and be part of that, please let Helene know for details about where to meet this coming Sunday at 4 o'clock. This coming Wednesday at Tower of the Oaks, Rabbi Jana will lead a discussion about ethical dilemmas from the Jewish perspective. Please mark your calendars for Friday, December 6th. Liam Haas will be conducting service and be called to the Torah as bar mitzvah. It will also be Simcha Shabbat. Please join Liam's family for the service and a special Oneg Shabbat and dinner afterwards. On Friday, December 13th, Rabbi Jana will be at the Reform Biennial in Chicago. Ricky Murav and his family will be leading our service. We look forward to that. There will also be a special occasion for Tammy Courtney and Kathy Plant celebrating their 75th birthday. And we will honor them at Shabbat evening services, and they will be hosting a special Oneg Shabbat following the service. The Jewish Community Hanukkah Party will be on
December
Is that a
2nd.
Sunday?
That's a Sunday.
Sunday, December 22nd at 5 p.m. It will be this year at, this does not say, but it's at
Sorry,
Agudath
Agudath
Achim. There will be a special performance by the nationally known team called the Bible Players. Dinner will be served 5 p.m. Please plan to join us. If there is any information for December bulletin, please let Rabbi Jana know, and think about Mazel Tov information or any special events we should know. Donations were made to B'nai Zion for pulpit flowers in loving memory of Harold Kaplan by Mark Kaplan and Betsy Kaplan Beal, in loving memory of Raymond Sylvan Morris by Iris Morris, and in loving memory of Joseph Goldman by Sharon and Elliot Goldman. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. If you are under the age of 13 and you want to help me by boinging up the stairs and opening up the ark, I invite you to do so now. Anybody feel like boinging? Yes. Everybody else is turning to page 148 and getting ready, because when the ark is open, I'm going to ask everybody to rise, please. Even the kids who are 13 and under and fell asleep. No, I'm kidding. Come on up. Come on. Look, you're dressed like what I was just talking about. How cool is that? I'm so glad that you came to our table today. Okay, open up the ark. Go ahead. There you go. No, you take this one. You take this one. Here, you take this one. Ready? Open, open. Good. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, lateit gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, v'lo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'goralenu kechol hamonam. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. And on the facing page we sing ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. We ready to put them back? Thank you. I love how you keep them company during this prayer song. Thank you, thank you. Okay, would you close that door, please, gently? Close this one. Nice, thank you. And then we step back. Bye, Torahs. We'll see you later. And we close these doors. You want to help? You got it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whoa, thanks for holding on. We continue on page 151. I am sad to report we have lost 32 people in our military this year in America. We have lost 109 police officers, which include 3 new deaths this week. We've lost 22 K-9 officers. We've lost 52 firefighters, including 1 new death this week. And this week, we're also thinking about those 22 transgender people who died this year, who were killed this year. Obviously, they're not in the same category as the people who run into dangerous situations, but obviously their lives have been dangerous also, and I'm sad for that, and I think we can do better. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, let us meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. I invite you to turn to page 152. When cherished ties are broken and the chain of love is shattered, only trust and the strength of faith can lighten the heaviness of the heart. At times, the pain of separation seems more than we can bear, but love and understanding can help us pass through the darkness toward the light. Out of affliction, the psalmist learned the law of God, and in truth, grief is a great teacher when it sends us back to serve and bless the living. We learn how to counsel and comfort those who, like ourselves, are bowed with sorrow. We learn when to keep silence in their presence, and when a word will assure them of our love and concern. Thus, even when they're gone, the departed are with us, moving us to live, as in their higher moments they themselves wished to live. We remember them now. They live in our hearts. They are an abiding blessing. However brief may be our time on earth, O God, you endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. We now recall the loved ones whom death has taken from us. This past month, we remember Dean Thomas Pratt, and I would like to remember Sue Barber. And we remember congregants' parents who died within the past year. We remember Claire Anthony, Lucy Branis, Isabel Posner, Carol Ginsberg, and Johnny Engelbert. And as we remember those who died at this season in years past, we take them into our hearts with our own, those for whom we're observing Yortzeit this week. I don't know that this is the longest list that we have for the year, but I think it may be. We had 21 memorial lights that had to be lit this week, but we have a lot of names. I think that people, sometimes their anniversaries fall around holidays. I think you find that. We remember Chaim Murov, Ida Katzenstein, Norman Schnur, Nathan Murov, Morris Chernick, Louis E. Baer, Max Hermer, Lawrence Millard Shore, Bobby Sussman, Alfred Kent, John Lerner, Sidney E. Blumenthal, Hyman Gardspain, Harold Kaplan, Jacob Greenberg, Dorothy O. Muslow, Saul Cruvant, Samuel Willer, Annette Hirsch, James Muslow, Betty Ken Alcus Levy, May Stein, Arthur Henry Werner, Reba G. Strauss, Sam Abramson, Ray Morris, Sam Goldstein, Ray Goldstein, Charles Selber, L.F. Shanblom, Ruth W. Steiner, Fanny M. Ginsberg, Julia Lesser, Claire Fine, and Joseph Goldman. That was in a chronological order. I hope we didn't leave anybody's name out. Is anybody missing? If you look around the room, almost everybody here is here because they had a loss for whom they're saying Kaddish. Not everyone, but almost everyone. And I am grateful that we are here for each other. In this moment of memory, our griefs and our sympathies are mingled. Loving God, we rise as together we praise your name. The Mourner's Kaddish is found on page 154. The translation is 155. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemeh rabbah. Be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayei chon u'v'yomei chon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevarach la'alam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. Amen. You may be seated. If you're under the age of 13 and you want to help me bless the challah with that blessing y'all know so well, I invite you to do that. Everybody else, help me sing this song that hopefully is my favorite Thanksgiving song. Hodu l'Adonai, Hodu l'Adonai, hodu l'Adonai, hodu, hold it low enough for him to Adonai. Hodu, one more time. Hodu l'Adonai, hodu l'Adonai, hodu l'Adonai, hodu l'Adonai, hodu. How's that? Ready? Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon. I'm going to take the tray. You all take the bread. Ready? Pull. Everybody pull. Pull, pull, pull. Good. Take. And go share. Share with your family. I get the tray. You get the bread. I get the tray. You get the bread. Oh, man. Oh, okay. Please rise for the closing benediction. I am blessed to be part of a community that works together, that prays together, that takes care of each other. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you. May God protect you. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May the light of God's face shine upon you, be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's face be lifted up to you. May God grant you peace and delicious food and good friends and family to eat it with. Shabbat shalom and happy Thanksgiving. See you next Friday.